3rd. This is Public Health and Safety Committee. We will get started. First of all, we do have two folks who have signed up for public comment. And so our first person is Greta McLean. And so if you want to come to the podium, I will turn that on, and then I will start your 2-minute timer.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. I'm Greta McLean, Director of Silent No Longer Tennessee, and I know the pain shared by MMPD clients. I was sexually harassed and felt afraid around fellow officers. As a 2-time survivor of sexual assault, I've lived through the terror, nightmares, endless self-doubt, and crippling self-blame many victims feel. And I didn't report my 2017 rape due to my experience as a detective in the MNPD Adult Sex Abuse Unit. I saw how victims, especially those who were poor, Black, or sex workers, were met with disbelief or even disdain. Some detectives would sing Line Crack Whore and I Don't Care 3 times before ending with She's Just a Lying Whore. Then there was a time I was reviewing a case with a supervisor who told me technically she said no, but she went into his bedroom and let him take off her blouse. Yes, she said no, but she was really saying yes, close the case. I dreamed of being an officer my entire life, because I wanted to help people, but it didn't seem possible any longer, so I resigned in 2020. A client told me recently, the only people frightened of oversight are those who are covering up misconduct. If MMPD truly wants to protect and serve, there's no reason for them not to implement and enforce the CRB policy. And if they don't, then we must ask ourselves, why? And what are the consequences for our city and our own conscience if the behavior continues? As Rabbi Abraham Heschel once said, indifference to evil is worse than evil itself. Some are guilty, but all are to blame. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, next person that we have is Marlene Hall. All right, Ms. Hall, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you. Marlene Hall is my name, and I am a 37 career person in public safety. I'm here to support the sexual misconduct zero tolerance proposal for MNPD. I've been a chief myself and an investigator. I've also not only in police work, but also in Title IX and victim advocacy. I would have to say that my overall experience when I've had to interact with MNPD has been very, very good. But having been at various organizations and knowing what the statistics are like nationally and also globally, we know that organizations tend to have problems with sexual harassment, and we can't recruit diversity. We can't recruit women, especially if you have that issue. And so I would have loved to have had this proposal when I was at my municipality, and I had a situation where not only did I discover that he was sexually harassing some of the women in my department, but also was preying on some of the female residents in my town. And so this would have been something that would have been great. Along with the 30-30 plan, I think that these two things could really push MNPD into an even better organization, because there are good cops, but you got to do something about the systemic problems within to fix the bad ones. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We will move on to our agenda now. We only have 3 items on our agenda. First item that we have, and I'll go ahead and read the item numbers, and then anybody that wants to take anything off, RS 2024-683. Item number 2, RS 2024-687, Bradford Porterfield, RS 2024-693. Does anybody want to have any discussion on any of these items? Okay, I am not seeing any interest in any discussion, so we'll go ahead and read the captions. So item number 1, RS 2024-683, Porterfield Evans and others, appropriates a total of $200,000 from the juvenile court to various nonprofit organizations selected to receive Community Partnership Fund grants. Item number 2, RS 2024-687, Bradford and Porterfield and others, approves the First Amendment to the lease agreement between the Metropolitan Government, Nashville Metropolitan LLC for office space at 1281 Murfreesboro Pike, Nashville, Tennessee. Item number 3, RS 2024-693, Porterfield, Evans, and Huffman, approves an intergovernmental agreement between the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department and the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, or FinCEN, a bureau within the U.S. Department of the Treasury, for direct electronic access to financial information collected pursuant to the reporting authority of the Bank Secrecy Act, or BSA. Do we have a motion? Thank you. It's been moved. You guys are very enthusiastic. It's been moved and properly seconded after our long weekend. All those in favor of these items on consent? Anyone opposed? Okay. Okay. So we've got one in opposition for item number 3, RS 2024-693. Anyone not voting? Okay. By the way, I did forget to mention in my long weekend enthusiasm that we do have a quorum with 10 members present. So it's 10 in favor, 0 against, 0 not voting on items number 1 and 2, and then 9 in favor, 1 against, 0 not voting on item number 3. With that, I'm going to give an opportunity for any department representatives who have anything that they need to share with the committee, since we have just a couple of minutes. Mr. Young, anything from you? You don't have to speak, but feel free.
Thank you, Chair. Just a reminder to everyone, I hope everyone got the invite. A week from tomorrow, September 11th at 8:30 a.m., 3rd Avenue, a very brief 9/11 event.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting us. I see Deputy Chief Gilder in the back. You got anything you need? Okay. All right. So I guess my only chair report is, we have a lot that's coming our way, and so be prepared, get your rest, because there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to be talking about. And there's going to be some discussion, I think, about potentially doing some special called meetings. I don't have a timeline for some of those or specifics about how topics will be organized, but just to give you a heads up about that, as soon as that is organized, of course, I'll make an announcement. And the other thing that I'd mention is I saw my mom this weekend. She's 85. She thinks I look very stern and not smiley enough when I'm up here at the podium. So my commitment, I'll try to smile a little bit more, but I can't make any promises. This is my vibe. But anyway, I appreciate everybody being here today. And with that, I will call this meeting adjourned.